Hi, my name is Doug McMillan, Director of Marketing for Tegra at Nvidia. I'm going to show you a little bit of our Chimera computational photography architecture and some of the applications that are built on top of it.
Excellent.
So what we have here is an HDR, a high dynamic range scene setup to mimic a real world situation where you've got a bright lit scene in the back and then something else, a lesser lit scene in the foreground. So you know when you take pictures today, the first thing you tell all your friends is they have to look into the sun, because if the camera looks into the sun, then you get this. It's all blown out, right? They're in the shadows.
You can't see anything.
You can't see anything. What you get is this. You get a scene where either your friends are in focus and the background's blown out, or you get the background and they're in shadows, right?
You can't even see the mountains.
You can't see the mountains. You should be able to see the mountains, right? So with the computational photography architecture that we have called Chimera, it enables something called always on HDR. So what we're able to do is turn on live preview. First of all, with any camera phone today, when you try and take an HDR picture, you have no idea what you're getting until you've taken the picture. It takes two pictures, fuses them together, then you look at it and you're like, okay, that wasn't it. You delete it and you try it again. You know exactly what you're going to get in advance. You can see the foreground and background are exposed properly. But since it's always on, what that does for you is gives us a series of additional features. It enables us to shoot video at 30 frames per second. You can shoot burst mode because there's no post-processing required, and HDR flash. But probably the most important thing is when you shoot HDR photos today with your camera phone, you have to maintain real tight stability on your phone. You have to really
stable.
Really stable.
Yeah, really stable.
And both your hand has to be stable, and the image and the people have to stop. Right? We have full motion capture, motion capture, but we don't have motion artifacts. Right? If I take this picture with my standard camera phone, I'll actually show you what we get here. Rather than the number of fingers which I should have, because of the fact that it's taking two images. So let me just show you what I'm taking with ours. There we go. My hand was moving.
Oh yeah.
You get the motion captured, you get background exposed properly, foreground exposed properly, as opposed to any other camera phone today that's shooting HDR. You get that because it's taking multiple frames at separate time. We take what's called one-shot HDR. We do it in one image and we manage it live through through Tegra 4. So from a software perspective, and one of the things that's interesting is this feature is something that's just built on top of all the Tegra processors. But there's an API, so this processing power is available to any application developer who has a camera or imaging app. They can tap in and use the power of the architecture. And what we've done is today with standard technology, what you do is the data comes in through the sensor and it goes into the ISP, and then you go into memory and process it. And with ours, we fuse the power of the CPU, GPU, and ISP, and then use them for parallel processing. So we have 72-core GPU, or up to 72. It's 60 cores on Tegra 4i and 72 on Tegra 4, as well as the quad-core processor and the power of the ISP, and use us all in parallel in order to enable some of these features.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming by.